Correct.
So getting back towards premium, what would be, if you had to, obviously there's so many reasons why, I'm sure, but if you had to narrow it down to one or two main reasons why premium's at the top of the list, talk to me a little bit about that.
So there's the two things that stand out to me the most is I think it's our tool, the Quick Qual.
Okay.
The Quick Qual is a great app that's designed specifically for our clients. It's designed for our realtors, so they can play with monthly payments, see what monthly payments and closing costs look like on specific houses, and then they can issue pre-approval letters whenever they want. Every calculator is designed specifically for our clients, so when they go in there and they put in $200,000 with $5,000 in taxes, they can adjust the down payment to whatever they want. See that monthly payment, see that total cash that's needed at closing. They're already in the mindset of knowing what they need before they even maybe sometimes go look at the house.
And that takes so much of the in-between and back and forth side of it. Prior to using the tool like that, a client would hit me up with an address. I would research the property, give them that information. Then they would ask me, okay, cool, give me a rundown of closing costs so that we know what to adjust for taxes. Then I would be calling you guys. You guys would be filling me out, and then the information back to them. Whereas now, they can inquire about a property and really play with the background numbers all on their own from the convenience of their own home.
Yeah, and it's not just that for the client, though. It's also for you guys as well, because you know what? There's a lot of times that sometimes you get those big shiny eyes because you see that big shiny house, and it's not always it's going to be in their price range. And when it has the ability for you to go in there, play with the numbers, hey guys, I know you really love this house, but it's outside of your qualifications. I wouldn't advise going to see it unless something can be changed here in regards to your qualifications. Maybe can you get a gift from family to put some more money down? Can we look into maybe some other options loan product wise? But it's tough because our Quick Qual is already designed. If you want 5 different loan products and you're eligible for 5 different loan products, they're all on there.
That's huge.
So and you can pick from any one that you want, see the differences between both of there's differences between all the options, and kind of really pick what's best for you. And then they come back to us and say, hey, before you make that offer, let's just touch base on numbers real quick.
Yep.
It takes 2 minutes. Let's make sure we're using the right program so we can be not only competitive, but also in your comfort level with a monthly payment and closing costs and down payment. And I think that tool is just very, very helpful. And I think that helps us stand out against anyone else in this market. I don't know another company that offers a tool like that.
That's really cool to hear. That's really cool to hear. And I'm sure that's going to be very exciting for a lot of prospective people in the market right now because most people are turning into numbers people. And when you're talking about the major purchases of like this in your life, you have to be aware of the numbers. When you're going into a property, it can, what I've seen happen is you come into this beautiful turnkey house, your eyes glow, and every single thing else in the world just stops. And you fall in love with this house. And then when we look at actually, how to make it work, sometimes that's a huge letdown. And in this market, especially with how competitive it is, I really try to minimize the letdowns. You know what I mean? I try to precondition my clients to be aware of when there's going to be major competing bids and stuff like that because it can get tough. And, in this business, we're not just buying and selling houses. We're providing financial advice, emotional support. I'm like a cheerleader out here some days.
You're the best counselor I know.
It's like sometimes I really got to hype my clients up. But, when you've been writing house after house after house and you haven't gotten an offer accepted, it's human nature to get disappointed, to get discouraged. Exactly. And, you need somebody that's going to remind you of your reasons why. And that's a huge part for me. My reasons why are one of the biggest motivating factors in my life. And on the days that I don't feel like working, I just remind myself of those things and it helps me propel myself forward. But I've found that I have to be engaged enough and aware enough of my clients and their emotional standings to be able to help out where I need to. You know what I mean? But I think that tool is phenomenal because it gives so much of the major information that they need to be able to make that decision. And also saving time if it's not the proper place,
You know what? And that's the thing, is the saving the time. I mean, everything has just become so streamlined in the world, and everything has just become so accessible. And I think that's what we need to do for our clients, make it streamlined for them. Have that reassurance that, this is where it's going to be at. You know what? Maybe this isn't the house for me because it's outside of where I want to be comfortable. I qualify for it, but it doesn't mean that I want to spend that per month. And again, we advise. We don't push. We don't tell them what they have to do. We just tell them what they feel comfortable doing. And I think that's important. But it's having that tool, having that reassurance, knowing that it's a possibility. You go see that house. You know you can go in there and go a little bit over asking price and feel comfortable with going in over asking on the price of the house as well. That is my number one favorite part of premium and what we have to offer.
It's a strong piece right there. Yeah.
So I could go a laundry list down, trust me, but that one stands out the most to me. The other one, you got to go cash guarantee.
Cool.
The cash guarantee is by far the gold standard in the market right now, and is very well used, especially in Monroe County.
We see a lot of those.
You want to talk about our pre-approval already being the golden ticket? Yeah. This is the double laminated, triple thick gold ticket.
Cool.
It is. It's accepted over cash offers. It's accepted over contingent mortgage offers.
And I don't mean to cut you off.
No.
Maybe you can touch on why it's accepted over cash offers, because I don't think enough people are aware of like the weight that this product holds. Because it really is huge.
Yeah. So the cash guarantee we created back in 2019, and the reason we created it was because the market was such a cash-rich market. Yeah. Everyone that was contingent on a mortgage was having a problem getting an offer accepted, and we kept saying, "Where's everyone come up with all this money?" And we had these A+ borrowers and people that were well qualified and conventional and 20% down, 50% down, and they just could not get an offer accepted. So we needed to do something that was creative and help their offers stand out. So we created a cash guarantee which allows our offers to go in as a cash offer and not be contingent on a mortgage, not be contingent on an appraisal. And it's a guarantee. We've closed 100% of the transactions we've done. We've closed over 2,800 loans for over $700 million.
Wow!
In those 5 years.
100%.
100%.
That's a number you don't.
Not 99.9.
You don't ever hear that. That's amazing.
Thank you. So, like when I say it's become the gold standard, it is accepted over cash offers because of that factor. Now, it is for our well-qualified buyers, but as everyone knows, not every file is the same. So, just because you don't have that 800 credit score does not mean you can't use the program. If you have a good chunk of money that you're putting down, you can take advantage of the program. I personally love it because it gives people an opportunity when they wouldn't have had an opportunity in this crazy market.
Cool.
And it's so good, other companies have tried to mimic it.
Yeah.
And they are not guaranteed. Premium mortgage guarantees the transaction. No matter what, the buyer loses a job, we're still closing the transaction. They open up a new debt, we're still closing the transaction. Yeah. Unless there's something wrong on the seller's side in regards to something on their seller's title, or the seller backs out of the deal, that deal is closed, no matter what.
That's awesome. We actually, one of my clients and I just wrote a very competitive offer on this house, and we got beat by a cash guarantee. Not because the terms were more favorable, really. I mean, we did everything that we could to appease the sellers, but it was the cash guarantee, and that's what they saw. That's what they wanted. They didn't want any risk involved during the process of the transaction. And they made the best decision for their client, which is, all you can really expect and respect in this business. But it was wild to see us so neck and neck. You know what I mean? And for them, that's all they could see, And so that's just to attest at how strong this product is.
I appreciate it. Yeah. And you know what? And
I was pulling out all the stops, man. I was willing to wave this and wave that.
You should have called me.
I know it.
No, you know what? And that's what we really liked about the program. It really helps everyone stand out with their offers going in, and it is just so well known around the market now. I don't know a realtor out there that doesn't know this program now, and from Western New York, excuse me. But I will say this, it's looked for, and every time offers are coming in, and you get 60 offers on a house, I can't tell you how many times people are like, they sift through and look there, like, where's that cash guarantee letter?
Yep.
They want to put that on the top.
Absolutely.
And I've seen offers accepted for less
Yeah.
because the cash guarantee.
That's another good point.
And that's something that's been a major role in this market. I mean, we know these houses are seeing 100, 200,000 over asking, which is crazy. But in Rochester, it was inevitable. It had to happen. We have had the sustainable market for over 30 years. Yeah. We never saw these influx in prices, and now it's finally hitting us. Yeah. Well, we needed something to help our clients be competitive out there, and this is something that will absolutely help them. It's worked, like I said, 100% of the time.
It's cool to